Alright. It is about 6 a.m. on Friday, January 17th, and we're going to Colorado. No, we're not. We're going to California. Yeah, my buddy Travis bought me a plane ticket to Fresno, and we're going hiking in Yosemite. So, I don't know. Here we go.
He found
sir.
Here he found.
So, kind of a nervous flyer. Not in the sense of like I'm scared about flying, but like getting through security. I don't know if it's something about like growing up in flying in a post 9/11 world, but I'm always nervous about going through security. I've never had a hiccup, never, till today. I got to sit down at this exact spot. Go to pull out my laptop, it's not there. As soon as that happens, Dan-Mabry, please come back to security at gate C10. So I run back. Of course I have fingerprint identification, so he's like, sign in. I just sign in with my fingerprint. He's like, alright, have a good day. If that's the worst thing that happens all day, I'll be in good shape. But I'm gonna edit now. So I'll link up with Travis. I gotta go. Travis is a friend from college. He was in the band Chief and the Hounds, and me and a couple of my friends started following them around, and just ended up being pretty good friends with a couple of members of the band. Travis has been keeping up with the podcast, knew that I was kind of free, and he had an opportunity to go to hike Yosemite with his older brother, and invited me to tag along. So after arriving in Fresno, we link up with Cole, Travis's brother, and we drove out to an Airbnb that they had set up about 45 minutes from the gates of Yosemite. The next morning we got up early, caught a little bit of the sunrise, and went and got some breakfast. From there, we went to the park. We went to Yosemite and started to explore. There's a long drive until you get to like a park store and that kind of deal. And there's a lot of views of El Cap the whole way through. And we got lucky. We were there at a really unique time. It had just snowed a couple days before. Look at the waterfall. I just noticed the waterfall. Whoa. Once we did get to kind of, I guess, the headquarters there of Yosemite, where the park ranger station is and all that good stuff, we kind of made a plan and went out on a hike. Could be wrong, but I believe the first trail we went to was Yosemite Falls. I'm not 100% sure on that. We walked very close to it, and a couple of our guys even hiked on up further. From there, we backed out and we actually kind of got lost for a second. But once we figured out where we were, we actually got on a bus and rode it down maybe 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes to link up with the Vernal Falls, Nevada Falls trail. And it was about an 8-mile trail. It was very snowy. We definitely could have used micro spikes. And we even hit a really sketchy spot towards the end where pretty sure there was, we were walking on fresh snow and it had not snowed that day, so I'm pretty sure we were walking on a fresh avalanche and heard a little one in the background, as you'll see.
This is not where all those other people came up, right? This trail is just that. What's that name? Fuck out of here, man. Go. Over on the side, getting the...
After we finished the trail, we made our way back to the truck, and from what I recall, we just went and got some dinner and went back to the Airbnb. Spent the night there at the Airbnb and went back into Yosemite the next day. This time we had decided that we were going to walk right up to El Cap and touch El Cap. Since we knew that Alex Honnold had climbed it free solo, we figured we could at least walk up to it and start the climb ourselves. From here, we left the park through a lot of burned forests, honestly. Headed south back towards the Fresno area, and we ended up going on a short little trail that had this really nice bridge.
That's El Capitan. We got El Capitan.
That girl, she ain't.
From there, I believe the next day, Travis ended up leaving. We did this all over a weekend, so Travis ended up leaving, and I ended up hanging out with Cole for that day, and then Cole actually left later the next day. So my plane ticket was still for maybe like 4 or 5 more days. I had a place to stay. They had an Airbnb there in Fresno that I could stay at, but I did not have any way of transportation, and it wasn't a big deal. It was a miscommunication between me and Travis and Cole, and luckily I was able to find a super cheap flight. It took me all day, but flew from Fresno to Seattle to Dallas, and like I say, it took me like 8 or 12 hours, I believe, in total to travel back to Arlington. But I was able to do it, 3 or 4 days beforehand, and in a cheap manner. So I was not upset about it by any means, especially considering Travis had provided my way out there. So I again, super thankful. Travis, Cole, Dan, everybody that I met along the way, those guys were really great to me, and hopefully can link up with them for some more adventures in the future. Yeah, get back to Dallas, and well, now it is time to go to Colorado.